What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Relic Hunters Zero. So I've got back to where we were in the previous episode on the 4th level. I've been saving all my cash because I wanted to spend it on camera with all of you fine folks. There's a sniper rifle. What? Dude, that's so legit. I'm almost out of, like, light ammo, too, so I don't think I'm going to carry it around with me. Ow! Oh, no. What was that? He's got a sniper rifle, too? Oh, that is ass. That sucks for me, doesn't it? I guess you just gotta kind of like stay in cover. Will he destroy the boxes if I don't? Oh, he will. Okay, so we need to like work our way around here. Need to be careful about this. See if we can't get ourselves back into like a superior position. Oh, took his head off right there. That was the stuff. That was what was on. Oh, he's got grenades. That's unfortunate for me. Ow. No, 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 no. I have no stamina. Oh, balls. Here, change guns. Here. That's what I need from you right now. I just need you to murk. Oh no, I got vaporized in the first 4 seconds. Well, there you go. That's the way that it goes in this game. I think you really do need to unlock some stuff and like get better at the game. And I've been saving all my money so that we can start from later on in the game and just kind of like take things from where they go. It's nice to see that there's like an escalation of gameplay mechanics though. Like, what I'm talking about right there is it's nice to see. I'm going to buy the next stage because we unlock our first character when we unlock all the stages and we get them all purchased. So anyways, I'm going to start from the beginning. But anyways, I like to see that there's an escalation of gameplay. And what I mean by that is I like how the game gets harder and harder and harder as you go in and they start throwing new guns into the ring. Essentially, the game is just an arena shooter, just like Nuclear Throne or Vintage Year or any other kind of like top-down shooter you would ever imagine. But in the case of this one and those games, they escalate as time goes along. They get a little bit worse. The enemies get better at killing you, they get a little bit stronger, and they get better weapons. And so what I like about that is that every now and again they throw something new into the ring that you're not quite ready for, and you get like instantly vaporized. Now, unfortunately, the fact that they shoot the boxes, we're going to have to figure out a way to deal with that. I haven't unlocked any relics yet either. Like, I have 0 relics, so I'm not entirely sure what those do. I assume they give you some new like usable ability or something like that when you equip them, maybe? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in this episode. I figured I'd record like 3 or 4 of these today and just like see what people think. Throw them up because I do enjoy games like this a lot. Smash TV is one of my favorite games of all time, and it was very much like this back in the day where you just kind of like chew your way through hordes of enemies with guns and things of that nature, swapping through weapons. I also like Contra a lot, but honestly, I was a Smash TV kid. I really, still to this day, it blows my mind that they haven't made a Smash TV remake that's the exact same as it was before, just like, you know, renovating the graphics a little bit, renovating the mechanics a little bit, and then just making it like a score crash game. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. What do I have? I have like a normal pistol. I'm not going to bring the shotty right now. Once I start to get low on ammo, I can swap into my elite pistol, which basically like 2 shots them anyway, so it's not really that big of a difference. I'm missing a little bit of ammo, and it looks like there's an ammo box over here. Let me sprint over and get it real fast. Cardiovascular health increases violently. And then we'll jump into the portal. Take a look around here. I'm not going to pick up any. Actually, I'll pick up the medium ammo because we could use it. There we go. I don't see anything coming at us right now. I think all we got is a couple of chompers in here. But I have like the room to get around those, so it's not like that big of a deal. And this pistol one-shots chompers, so, you know, whatever. Who's paying out the bounty on just like random critters around here? Is there like a government agency we work for? Or did they just like poop out stars that can then be used as currency, and so it kind of counts as a bounty? But what's really happening here is illegal poaching and also some type of guerrilla warfare that has not been vetted by any like real-world governmental system. There we go. Enemies destroyed. Maybe I'm looking into this too far. That could be the other possibility. I like this game a lot, actually. For a game that's supposedly going to be free, it's an enjoyable little title. I could see myself pumping a lot of hours into it, just like I did with Nuclear Throne. I don't play Nuclear Throne very often anymore, though. Like, I had some problems technically with the game, and then I just kind of like shelved it for a little while. I still have no idea what happened in the last episode where like our frame rate logged out or whatever. Sorry, lagged out. I can say the right word here. Laggy, loggy, liggy. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just making up words. Let's jump into another portal, but I assume, I don't know. I went back and I restarted the game real fast every single time that I die. It looks like those are shaped differently, so I'm going to buy them, and maybe they go in other places. Oh, that one's just like you found all the pieces of a relic. What is it? Like a birthday cake or something? Or was that 2 pieces of the same relic right there that I just bought? I think we gotta wait until we're out of here to like check on it, but I'll try and keep an eye on it. We can carry 5 bombs. Hell yeah, that's the stuff right there. See, these dudes about to get naded. Oh, no they aren't. They're about to dodge my nades and make me look stupid. You know, honestly, as I've been playing the game more and more, because I do play a couple of rounds in between each time before I play another one with you guys, just to keep myself warmed up, I'm finding that like the single shot pistols tend to be the best thing you can have in the game, because otherwise you run out of ammo. The single shot pistols are also really accurate, which will help you long run. because you just won't churn through your ammo like you will with the automatics, which seem to just like spray all over the place. If you wanted to use an automatic, or you really have to, I would recommend the elite pistol and like nothing higher for right now, because the other guns are just far too inaccurate to be relied upon. The SMG just sprays all over the place, so unless you got a big blob of enemies, it's completely worthless. The assault rifle's the exact same way. It's just not worthful. It has no value unless there's like a big blob of enemies that are going to be easy to really target. Otherwise, you're going to have to get way too close, and being close in this game tends to equal death, so I try not to do it. Yep, down goes a few more enemies. Little ammo crate right there to make me feel a little bit better. Nothing like the gift of ammo to make life go a little bit better. Medium ammo is almost full. If we could pick up a heavy pistol along the way, I think I'd be alright with that. I'm going to save that one for later. I'll come back for it in just a minute. Ammo conservation in this game is super important. Alright, stay away from some of these little dudes. Is his shield off? I think it is. Yeah, down he goes. Another bird melted is not the thing that you should ever say in the bird section of a Petco. You might be escorted off the premises, even if they can't immediately tell if you've melted a bird or not. Just the threat of melting a bird. I like birds, but I just don't have the patience for one. Like, birds seem like one of those pets that, like, it would be cool to have one until you actually had one. Like, it's kind of like a snake or a turtle. They'd be awesome until you actually have one. And then you're like, this is kind of a lame pet that doesn't really do anything. It just like sits around all day. I know it doesn't care about me. It just kind of is like motorized instinct. Especially snakes. I've never understood. I had a girlfriend for a while who loved snakes. And no, this is not a sexual euphemism joke right here. There's no sex joke in here anywhere. So it's not coming if you were expecting it. Anyways, it's just when I talk about a girl that likes snakes, I can see my entire male audience being like, oh, here it comes, punchline. Nope, there's no punchline. Zero punchlines. She likes snakes. And she said that her snakes have different personalities, and I was like, they are not. A snake is a stick that moves around and bites things. This is just not a good pet. You cannot prove it. If your snakes have a personality, how come they both bite you every chance that they get, and they both seem to just sit underneath the heat lamp all day? That's all that they do. They accomplish no other activities but sitting underneath the heat lamp. And I'm not trying to disparage you. If you like snakes, that's all good. But like, this was like a running, not argument, but it was a running conversation. Ugh. I really wish that grenade had hit somebody. This game's weird like that, though. When you throw out like a perfect grenade in this game, it can kill a bunch of enemies, but like, if it's not a perfect grenade, you ain't killing nothing. No, come to me, my little stars. Come to me. I need you to be inside of my wallet so that I can spend you after I inevitably die horribly and slowly from laser fire. Alright, let's go down this way. That'd be cool if lasers actually did fire lasers, but the lasers were coated in fire. How legitimate would that be? It'd be like real 100% unsarcastic laser fire. I don't think that's it's not sarcasm. Unfigurative. There we go. Unfigurative laser fire. Like it'd be a laser coated in fire. It'd be so cool. Or like a cryo laser, where it like burned away things like a laser, but then it froze over the wound afterwards. Yeah, you gotta get those combo weapons. These are the things that I think about. Maybe I've just been playing too much Path of Exile lately, though. Little bit more bounty taken in right there. Oh, I need light ammo. Hold on. I think there was a box over here. Make my life a tiny bit brighter with your light ammo right now. Light ammo? Where are you? No, there it is. I knew there was one over here. I knew my memory wasn't failing me that soon. We've only been in the level like 43 seconds. My memory's bad, but it's not that bad. I don't want to get shot at with sniper rifles anymore. That's super scary. I had a teacher one time who was a total buzzkill. So this guy is like a career warrior. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, he spent his entire career, like, in the military in, like, war zones, and then he was also, like, a mercenary for a while, and, like, a bunch of other stuff, and after that, he was, like, a geologist, battle mage warrior. I don't even know how to describe it. He's, like, a battle scientist, I guess, and, like, he mapped, like, a fat chunk of, you know, Africa while there was a giant rebellion going on with, like, an AK-47 strapped over his shoulder. There's a bunch of other stuff, got into gunfights with random people out in the jungle. This guy is, like... You can't make this guy up. Once you meet him the first time, you'll believe, like, everything that he says, because he's just, like, that sort of, like, I'm not gonna say he's, like, dead-eyed, but he's just, like, that sort of guy where he's got, like, that dark sense of humor. You can tell he's done a lot of combat in his life. He did, like, 3 tours in Vietnam during the Tet Offensive and a bunch of other stuff, just, like, a real addicted to combat type of individual. Or maybe, the way I heard him describe it is he said after he got home from war, everything else felt boring, and he just, like, couldn't entertain himself. So he kept just like signing up back to go into war zones again. And so anyways, I was talking about somebody, I think I've told this story before anyways. I had a friend that was turning 21 in my lecture hall, and I was like, oh, you better have fun tonight. If you remember your 21st birthday, you did it wrong. Like, for example, for me, I remember nothing about my 21st birthday. It got so far off the chain that I can't even describe any of the events of the night. I remember vaguely being in a parking lot at like 3:40 in the morning eating Jack in the Box and just being like, oh my god, I'm so drunk. And then transitioning from eating Jack in the Box to eating birthday cake right after that. Like, I finished my fries and my ultimate bacon cheeseburger, and then I went straight in. This was back when I was husky, and so I made bad food decisions. So nonetheless, I mean, it's your birthday. You gotta splurge every now and again. I'm not one of those people that worries about my health all the time. And so after describing the situation and being like, I have no recollection of anything that happened on my 21st birthday, my teacher pops in and he's like, well, I guess I did my 21st birthday wrong. And I was like, oh yeah, why is that? And I said it like in a funny way, like a joking way, because I thought he was going to like tell a funny story or something. Or he was going to, because he always had funny stories. Aside from the war stories of like the shooting and the craziness, he usually had pretty funny stories about getting drunk. And so anyways, he's like, well, on my 21st birthday, a sniper almost took my head off. And I was like, oh. He's like, I remember that day forever, so I guess I did it wrong. I'm like, damn, Captain Buzzkill over here. I mean, interesting story, but Jesus, man. Everybody was laughing and having a good time, and then just the entire room just goes quiet. I'm like, well, I guess the lecture's over, so we're gonna hit the old dusty trail. Be on our way. Most soldiers in general will not talk about combat stuff with like people who have not been in combat, because really there's no point. Like, you can't meet on any common ground. I have another friend that did like a long time in Afghanistan and a bunch of time in like Iraq and a bunch of other stuff. And he said that in general, he just doesn't talk about it with civilians because like they aren't going to get it anyway. So it's like, why unburden yourself to people that don't share your life experience? Like, I can understand that. I get that. You want to talk about, like, I'm not going to talk about stuff from my upbringing with people that like aren't really going to get it. But then again, I work on the internet basically doing that. Like, I just talk about whatever and I assume everybody will get it. It's all good. My life experience has been pretty common. I don't think anybody out there is going to be like, you know what? I have never experienced the joy of 3 a.m. jalapenos. 3 a.m. jalapenos are one of life's finest things, and if you won't treat yourself every now and again to like some spicy food at 3 in the morning, why is life worth living anyways? Jump on in here real fast. Couple of these guys down. See, I told you the elite pistol is by far like one of the best weapons. I've been playing around in between episodes like quite a bit, and I found that I really do like the single shot pistol the best because A, it's got range. If you're good at hitting people, I'm gonna throw that out right there. I'm just gonna hope that they fall. Yeah, there it is. I knew I'd get a couple of you. Take him out real fast. I love how my gun always removes the skulls from my enemy. You notice that? Like, no matter where you shoot them with the gun, it's like, oh, skull fell off. Shot me in the big toe, skull fell off. Well, that's a really efficient weapon. If we could get that thing going in real life, I think we might be able to market it. Just like hit somebody in the shin and then their head falls off randomly. That freaked me out one time. I raised a butterfly one time. A caterpillar in a jar when I was a kid, because I've told this story before. I've told all my stories before. I have a limited selection of stories. It's just that, like, I have enough of them to where if I do the full rotation, it's not actually that repetitive. And so anyways, when I was a kid, we had a willow tree in the front yard. And apparently there are these types of butterflies that only like to like live on willow trees or something like that. And so butterflies, oh my god. Jesus. What? Holy shit. Wow. Alright, never mind then. I don't want to play anymore. My life is ruined. I kind of like Jimmy better than Pinky. Pinky has to take a lot of risks, and the lack of like weapon variety really doesn't do it for me with Pinky. Pinky does well in the early game, but Pinky really sort of suffers as you get further in. You gotta abandon those gloves for something else. I need to start, what is this? The pineapple pudding. It gives me maximum health. Oh shit, that gave me way more. Who knew that pudding would do such a wondrous thing? Should we jump ahead? I really feel like, so what you've got right here, you see how it's got 6 out of 10 right there? There's an incentive for you to play levels that you've already played because the relics can still be gotten from that area. So for example, stage 1, we got 6 out of 10 relics. Stage 2, we have 6 out of 15 unlocks. And so like you kind of want to start from the beginning each time until you've unlocked everything because it's a good plan. What was I talking about before that? Before I got vaporized like an asshole? Wow, I got told, man. That was embarrassing. I hope there was no security cameras or anything around because that was just not a satisfactory performance. I feel embarrassed right now. I got whooped hard. Like, they got me with the 1-2 punch of machine gun fire, and then that grenade landed right on my feet, and it was like, dink, 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 and I was like, oh, fuck, and then I got blown up. Like, if it was in an action movie, that would be what happened right there. It would have, like, the, oh, fuck, and then it would just blow up. And everybody would be like, ah, ha, 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 that's slightly funny, Rambo. Ha, 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 ha. Speaking of which, if you haven't treated yourself to the new Rambo, which is not really so new anymore, I got the Blu-ray the other day for $4 at Target, and I watched it again, and I was like, damn, this is an awesome movie. He tears out a dude's esophagus with his hand, man. You can't top that in any action movie ever. Like, that is on a whole different level of just absurd violence. And, you know, it's fantasy, so I can watch it. It's not real. It's all good. Like, if I watched a real video of somebody ripping somebody's esophagus out with their hand, I'd be like, damn, I have a problem. I need to stop hanging out on the internet so much. I need to go find, like, some new hobbies, reevaluate my life. I need to go back to church, talk to Jesus. I don't know. Something's got to fix this, though. This fetish that I've developed for just, like, looking at dead bodies and seeing esophagi get ripped out. Is it esophagi? What if it's on a woman? Is it an esopha woman? Esopha female? I don't know. Just seems like... It just seems like the sort of thing where we should differentiate it or something. The esophagi. The esopha... Ooh, the esopha lady. Yeah, that sounds sensual right there. The esopha lady. She sounds like... It also has the word fillady in it, which makes me pretty happy, too. I mean, you can hit like 8 words in each one of those, and it's equally enjoyable every single time that you go through. I do this all day, every day, by the way. It half drives me insane how much I think of dumb shit like this all day long. It's one of the reasons I can't sleep at night, because my brain just runs through words and like analyzes them and like takes them apart and reorganizes them, and it's the worst. It seems like a really good skill to have until you're trying to sleep at night, and then you'd be like, yeah, couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about the lexicon. And I just kind of laid around. Also, I only have trouble sleeping in the summer. That's the other part. Because I just can't sleep when it's like 107 degrees out. And so during the summer, I just never sleep. It's just too hot. I can't do it. It's just miserable. That feeling when you're laying in bed with just like a sheet on you, but you're still like sweating out your booty hole all day, every day. And you're just like, oh, it's so hot. I don't like this. And the air conditioner just like can't keep up with it. Like the air conditioner says that it's on 75 degrees, but you're pretty sure that it's lying. Buy something, will you? I'm gonna buy the ammo upgrade so we can start with more medium ammo. I'm gonna buy the shotgun even though I don't like it. And then I'm gonna buy, I don't know what that is. Is it heavy ammo? Oh, it's a piece of relic. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we got ourselves a new relic. It looks like some piece of machinery, so who even knows where that's gonna go with all this. Keep on firing here. Yeah, get dealt with, random little birdie. I'm gonna throw out a grenade because I think I can fish one out right there. Yup. There it is. That's what we do. The nice thing about the grenades is if the explosion contacts with anything that doesn't have a shield, if you have a shield, it instantly kills your shield, and if you only have your health, it kills all of your health. It doesn't do a damage number. It just instantly destroys whatever your current status is. Oh, there it is. Walk into it. Yeah. Walk this way. Walk my way. Walk this way. You know, I'm not a big Aerosmith fan, and I never have been, and I don't think that I ever will be. It's just the equivalent of soft rock to me. It just doesn't do anything. Like when you're into heavy metal, I told you guys the pistol's the best weapon. You guys thought I was joking. The pistol and grenades are really all you need to make it through the first 3 stages. You gotta get a little bit more careful as you get further in, but if you can get yourself like a heavy pistol, that helps out a little bit too. But for realsies, this is pretty much all you need to get through the levels. But yeah, Aerosmith, by the time I got into Aerosmith, I had already been into like really, really heavy metal, like Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir, Marduk type of shit. And so it just always seemed soft to me. You can never go back once you get into like, well, I guess you could say that, well, once you get into like really, really hard heavy metal, it's hard for me to go back because everything else just feels too soft to me. It all just feels like a softer variation. And it's odd because I don't really know where the demarcation line is. Because in reality, like, I love Motley Crue. Motley Crue is one of my favorite heavy metal bands, and they're obviously not super rowdy like Dimmu Borgir or anything like that. But at the same time, who even knows? I'm going to release some critters here because they'll make my life easier. And then I'm just going to spray fire into these dudes because they should be easy to clear up after we get done here. Oh my god, the sheer amount of violence that just took place. If I could aim for just a moment, that would also be cool. There we go, a little bit more bounty. I'm going to treat this series like just a simple series where I just talk about stuff. I don't even talk about the game or any of the mechanics that's happening because, frankly, I've been shooting stuff now for like 2 hours, and I really feel like there's not a whole lot more I'm going to be able to talk about here. We've been murdering and killing for about 2 hours. We've tapped out all the murdery subjects. What are you going to do? Ooh, new bomb. Yes, please. I like a de bomba. Come on and give me that bomba, put it in my pocket. I hope it doesn't get shot, that would suck, and it would ignite and blow up in my pocket. And I'd lose a leg, Ooh, I liked that. Sometimes when I try and improvise random stuff, it works out okay, and then other times it's just... the syllables are off, the tempo is off, and I just don't know what I was thinking before I started, because I figured it would probably happen that way. Ah, I release thee, random critters. Oh, it doesn't kill him. Man, it looks like they got some kind of like magical shield from being inside of a cage. I'm in a cage of emotion. But yeah, this gun, like, it maintains its damage at a pretty solid range. The elite pistol seems to be like my gun of choice. I only have 1 round left, so This might be bad. Chamber is looking mighty, mighty empty at the moment. Another bomb. Give me it. I want to throw it at that shit over there because it's shooting at me. Alright, so the light ammo is ready to go. You don't have ammo problems when you use this gun either. If you use any of the automatics, I promise you're going to be out of ammo super fast. You're going to be like, well, damn, what happened to all my ammo? Yeah, I don't like the shotgun much because it requires me to get too close to my enemies, and they tend to also have a lot of shotguns. There's always somebody in the enemy grouping that has a shotgun, and so it just seems like a bad plan. I would like a heavy pistol really badly because we're starting to get to the point where the light pistol is no longer doing it. And the heavy pistol does the exact same thing. It just has increased damage and it holds less ammo total in your pack. Ah! Man, I feel like I have like infinite health right now. I feel like a god. What is this right here? So we've unlocked another relic. What does this do? It's a baby bottle. Did we win? Yeah, I don't know what that thing is right there, but it looks like it might be a grenade pack, which would make me really happy. I'm just going to buy everything as we go along right now so that we can start from later levels as we start up, because there's still unlocks left, and they have a chance of coming up, so why not? You know, I could see this game being, like, infinitely fun if they just keep adding more, like, weird weapons, and you know what? Developers, the 9mm, if you want to use any of my guns, the shit gun, one keystroke makes all the difference. That's what the description of the shit gun would be. Missing a key makes all the difference. That's how I discovered it. I mistyped shotgun and it said shit gun, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll stick with that. Maybe I'll put it in a video game someday. The 9mm, the shit gun. I got dozens of them. They just sit around in my head. Why am I shooting at you? You're like up in the air right now. Can you not bite me? That would be cool. Like, but that's all that I do. Like, look at my weird little hooky mouth right here. That's like my job in the universe is to bite assholes with laser guns so that they don't get too powerful. But that actually seems like a pretty good balancing measure. Take you out real fast. I hope we can make it to the next stage before this all just like peters out on us. I turned down the amount of particles that get like distributed every time you kill an enemy because I think that's what lagged the game out, is like it doesn't clear it from... I'm not really sure. I can't say 100% with diagnostic accuracy what caused that, but it hasn't happened since I turned down the amount of particles from the enemies. So I assume that those are stored in memory somewhere, or something like that happens. I went through and I checked the amount of resources that the game was using, and it didn't look like it was using an absurd amount of resources. It was using like 5 MB of memory maybe, and then it was using like 4% of my processor, but... Wow, there are a lot of you guys down in there. You know what? I don't want to be near you guys anymore. I feel like you're running me... I'm going straight in between two groups of enemies, and I don't want to be pincered like that. Man, he is getting it in there. Get it! Throw out a grenade. Hit somebody. Oh, that was the worst grenade ever. That grenade was an embarrassment to my family, to my friends, and I just want to go on the news. This is a press conference today. We're going to talk about how embarrassing that grenade was, and how I let down everybody with that grenade, and how I deserve punishment. Don't run! Oh, you little bastard. Don't run. I want that heavy pistol. He had one, and I want it really, really badly because I'm starting to use up too much ammunition. Another bomb right there, which will be useful just in case. What else do I have? I got the 3-shot assault pistol. Okay. He's got a assault rifle that might be nice to have. I don't know what the hell that little dude's shooting at, but he's shooting at something. Man, I ran out of ammo. Oh, God. I ran out of ammo at the wrong moment, didn't I? Get out of here. Why do you make little dog noises? I never heard a bee or a bug that makes a dog noise when you shoot it, but these guys have that locked down. Makes me feel kind of guilty every time I shoot him. I don't know. It's like I'm putting down somebody's space insect dog. Oh, he dodged into the box and it makes him immune. Damn. So much HP on that one. Did you just fly through a building? Man, how immaterial of you. Like, well, you know, I've never considered myself to be a materialist. Wait, am I using a plasma pistol, or like what am I using right now? I'm so confused. Medium ammo, we got grenades over here. I really need to use grenades in this level, otherwise we are just not going to pull this one through. My ammo is looking really, really, really poor at the moment. One down right there. The problem with the nades is you've really got to kind of get them to line up the right way in order to make it work. And even then, they've sort of got to be overlapping each other to really function properly. Well, I need my shield back real quick. I would also like for you to just die already. Damn, those guys got some HP on them. Going through so much ammo right now, just trying to keep things locked. I should have grabbed a different weapon along the way, and I just didn't think about it. All we can really hope for now is that we can thin out the herd slightly, and eventually one of these guys drops their weapon. Unfortunately, I think I'm shooting him in the weapon, and that's why it's not dropping anything for me. Ooh, got lucky right there. Okay. So just when we thought it was all over. Hey, there we go. Grab the machine gun because that's got ammo and also hurts things. Yeah, there it is. Get dealt with, random aliens who I just stumbled upon. Kind of sucks for them. Like, they might think that I'm a non-combatant or something. I mean, I am holding a gun, so that would be a very, very brave extrapolation. But at the same time... God, I am using way too much ammo right now. I go through ammo just at ridiculous rates. I want that light ammo. That's going to refill our meter slightly. And then it's time for me to go. So I'll see y'all next episode. We'll see how far we can go with this run. I like this game. I really sincerely do. I'm having fun with it. I don't know. My palms are all sweaty. I feel like it's intense to the point where, like I want to win. It's just crazy like that. I'll see y'all later.